Here's part 2 of lesson 6.5, properties of triangle midsegments. So, in doing your investigation, you should have discovered a couple of things, one of which was that a midsegment is half the length of the third side being this side. So, AC is side 1, AB is side 2, CB is the third side. And the midsegment that we discussed is half of the length of this third side. So if this segment is 2 units, if segment DE is 2 units long, CB is 4 units long. You can look at CB as you'll get the length of DE by taking whatever CB is and dividing it in half, okay? Or if you're trying to find the length of CB, but you're only given the length of DE, take that value and multiply it. So if you're given the larger side and you need to find the smaller side, you're going to divide. If you're starting out with the smaller side, you need to find the larger side, you're going to multiply. By definition also, a midsegment is parallel to the to the third side, okay? So it should just say to the length of the third side, not just to the third side, okay? So in order to find that, if you were asked what is the slope of DE, it would have to be the same as the slope of CB. Okay? And you always identify parallel lines using the slope. Okay? So those are properties of triangle midsegments. The midsegment is half the length of the third side of the triangle, and midsegments are parallel to the third side of the triangle. We're going to do the second, try it out together. Actually, let's do the first one. You can do the second, and then we're going to do the third, and then the video is over from there. So the try it out states that we need to determine the value of x in each diagram shown. So I'm looking at this diagram, and I can tell that this is a midsegment because the segment's endpoints are the midpoints of the first and second side of the triangle, or any two sides of the triangle, okay? Which also means that, and anytime I see a midsegment, I kind of automatically draw in parallel lines, and parallel lines always cut by a transversal will create corresponding angles. That's not really going to have anything to do with solving this try it out, but I do this in my head so that I can see it and really keep unpacking that property so that when it does come up in a question, I already know how to answer the question. But we're not going to need this information or even the information about the parallel sides to answer this. What we are going to need is the properties, okay? And specifically this one right here. So we have a midsegment, x minus 4 is the length of it, and we have the length of the third side of the triangle, x plus 7. We know that a midsegment is half the length of the third side. So what that means is x plus 7 is equal to half the length of x minus 4. Or we could look at this as if you take x minus 4 and multiply it by 2, or you double it, you'll get x plus 7. I prefer this because I don't have to work with a fraction. So I'm going to distribute 2x minus 8 is equal to x plus 7. Add 8 to both sides. And I end up with 2x is equal to x plus 15. I get 3x is equal to 15, meaning that x is equal to 5, okay? So they told me to find the value of x, but I'm going to go further and take 5 minus 4, which is equal to 1, and 5 plus 7, which is equal to 12. But that is not correct. So clearly I did something wrong here. What did I do wrong? So let me trace my steps, because once I do that, if I have 5 minus 4 and that's 1, and 5 plus 7 is 12, that doesn't really fit this property. It doesn't meet this property. So what did I do wrong? Let me try that again. So I'm going to take this, which I know is, if I double this, I'm going to get that. So maybe there was something wrong with my equation. I'm going to do this again, is equal to x plus 7. Maybe you guys were able to spot my mistake. So I'm going to add 8 again to both sides. And I get x plus 15. Aha, that's what I did wrong. I did this piece wrong here. I subtracted x and I got 3x. So that's my mistake. Okay, and then I got 15 here. So let's see if 15 will work. So 15 minus 4 is equal to 11. 15 plus 7 is equal to 22. 11, 22. 11 times 2 is 22. 22 is, half of 22 is 11. So this checks out. Okay? Pardon my error, but I'm glad that we went and we backtracked and we fixed it. All right, you're going to do 2 on your own. So that's on your own. Okay, make sure it's done because it will be checked. And then we're going to move on down here. So it states, draw triangle GHJ where A, B, and C are midpoints. So I already started off the drawing. Okay, I didn't label anything. All I did was I drew in, I just put some midpoints on a triangle and I put some tick marks. You should do the same thing. With A between G and H, B between H and J, and C between J and G. So what I'm assuming here is that we are going to have, of course, A, B, and C, which are going to be midpoints of triangle, or the sides of triangle G, H, and J, okay? So if I'm going to make this A, and it says it has to go between A and G, and then J and G. So I'm going to put G here, and then H here, and then J here. Let's see if that works, okay? So A is between G and H, B is between H and J, and C is between J and G. Okie dokie. So my points are in the right place. From there, I'm going to connect them. This is one midsegment, okay? This is midsegment BC. This is midsegment AB. And this is midsegment AC. So I have 3 midsegments here. And like I said, sometimes you'll have multiple midsegments, meaning we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles, 5 being this big mama triangle here, in addition to the 1, 2, 3, 4 that are already embedded. All right, so they tell us that the length of AB is 3x plus 8. All right, and let's keep in mind these, I'm going to use some color here. This side is half the size of this side. So we can say that AB is equal to half of GJ, okay? And BC, let's use a different marker so that you guys do not get confused. Somebody took all of my markers. Go figure. All right, and BC is half the length of HG. It's also parallel to it. And then, let's see. Let's see if I have another marker. Sorry, I just need a second to look for a marker. Oh, here, I have a purple. And did they tell us anything about the length of GJ? Yes, they did. They said GJ is, the length is 2x plus 24. So you actually may not need to do all of the stuff that I'm doing, but I'm doing it just to illustrate a point to you, okay? We also have side AC, which is going to be half the length of HJ and also parallel to it. So side AC is half the length of HJ, okay? All right, on to the next thing. So they're asking us, what is the length of AB? Well, we just stated here that AB is half of GJ. So 3x plus 8 is equal to half of 2x plus 24, or you can write it as 2 times the length of 3x plus 8 is equal to 2x plus 24. Okay? And so I'm going to go with this way so I don't have to use any fractions. Not that I don't like fractions, I just want to keep it simple and be mindful of time. So I'm going to have 6x plus 16 is equal to 2x plus 24. We're going to subtract 16 from both sides. We're going to get 6x is equal to 2x plus 8. Subtract 2x from both sides. We get 4x is equal to 8, meaning that x is equal to 2. Now, let's plug it in to make sure I didn't make any mistakes like I did last time. So if I take 3 times 2 plus 8, that's 6 plus 8, which is 14. And then I'm going to do 2 times 2 plus 24, which is 4 plus 24, which is 28. And we know 14 is half of 28, so it checks out. Please watch the video that I attached in the description box for more clarification and information on triangle midsegments. You also have to complete an IXL unit. I sent that to you via Jupyter, but the IXL unit you'll be doing is M1, midsegments of triangles. See you later. This will be checked tomorrow, okay? The notes will be checked tomorrow. The IXL unit, I may give you until Friday to complete that, or Thursday morning, or Thursday afternoon. I'll let you know via Jupyter. Bye.